Hi Libra and Libra rising. Here's your horoscope for August 2024. I'm astrologer Joseph Anthony. All right, we have a wild ride ahead of us. And I'm saying this because some of the outer planets are going to really be entangled within each other. And there's going to be several alignments occurring the second half of this month that either sets you on a new course or has you reevaluating your life in some way. We also have a Mercury retrograde going on, and we have Venus going into Virgo as well. So this could complicate your life a little bit more, especially involving other people or a sense of direction. And so this reading is for anyone who has a Libra rising or has a sun sign in Libra. This is a general sun sign reading, a Western astrology tropical sun sign reading. And it's a very general reading because everyone's birth chart is different and everyone's birthday is different, so very general. But as we see here, August, we have the sun and your ruler Venus in Leo. So this is all about socializing, interacting as we begin the month of August. But that dynamic is going to completely change the second half of the month. We also have a very strong full moon in Aquarius right here in the 5th house. And this symbolically represents something to do with relationships or a creative project that you're working on that may stress you out a little bit. So this is a month where the energy is very, very intense, and I'm not understating that. It's just so strong, and you'll see what I'm talking about as we go into the astrology. So, but there is some optimism here at the beginning of the month when we have this here, the new moon in Leo on the 4th. It's going to be at 12 degrees of Leo, so wherever this is in your actual birth chart, focus on that. But it's the 11th house, so it has to do with the future, it has acquaintances, friendships, community, and it's creativity. And it also represents love. It represents, wanting to connect with others, wanting to be seen and heard. So this is going to be the theme here, obviously, as we begin the month, but the dynamics will quickly change. Now, it is making some favorable alignments to Jupiter and Mars, which is very good. And we also still have your ruler Venus in the sign of Leo as well. So it looks pretty good at the beginning of the month, but the dynamics completely change. Oh, by the way, speaking of new moon and moon readings, I found this website here that is offering free moon readings. No obligation. You get a mini report, you fill out your information, you get a mini report. Of course, they're going to try and upsell you a little bit more after that, but the reading itself, the mini reading, and I've gotten one, it's pretty good, pretty accurate. So, check it out. I think you might enjoy it. But anyway, as we continue the month, right after that, around late in the afternoon on the 4th into the 5th, now we have Venus, your ruler, entering Virgo. Now this becomes more pessimistic, more analytical. Virgo is not like Leo. It is more intense in the sense that, it's trying to perfect something. So it feels agitated, irritated, and judgmental. And, there's a need to overanalyze every aspect of your life. And so this is great if you're a scientist or an engineer. You can use this energy wisely, but it's not that great when it comes to personal relationships. So this is where it starts getting a little tricky right away. But if you look below here, we also have Mercury, which is going into stationary and retrograde mode. So that's the next alignment. Same day is Mercury going retrograde in Virgo right here. So this is where things get a little bit more complicated, confusing, uncertain. There's some changes that are starting to occur within your relationships, or the dynamic of your relationships, or even a sense of direction, because Mercury is now going backwards. Venus is coming into alignment with Mercury, so there's overanalyzing and trying to perfect things, about relationships. But notice Venus also, and Mercury to a certain extent, will be making an alignment to Pluto. So there's some powerful changes that are taking place here. So either you're starting something new, or there's a dynamic happening with one of your children, because the 5th house represents children, or there's a relationship that's a little rocky or you're uncertain about that is evolving here. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, so let's see how that develops in your own personal life. Now, as we enter the 14th on, this is where the energy really gets ramped up. Mars will be conjuncting Jupiter in Gemini right here in the 9th house of travel, exploration, higher learning, philosophy, meaning of life, religion, politics. This is all going to be amped up even more. So around this time frame, you may be traveling around. You may be restless. You may be, trying to perfect something. You may be dealing with relationships with other people. You may be questioning your own purpose and reality and where you're going and what's happening. And so it could involve the political arena. It could involve what's happening in the world, economically, socially, the whole 9 yards. But when we look a little closer, we have a square going on to Saturn in the 6th. So you need to watch your health. Focus on your daily routine because you may be under a tremendous amount of strain here, mentally, emotionally, psychologically. Pay attention to your feet. This is in the sign of Pisces. Neptune and Saturn are both in the sign of Pisces. Pisces rules the feet. Gemini rules the mind, shoulders and arms, so pay attention to that too. Not that I'm saying anything's going to happen, but this square is about reevaluating your daily routine, your sense of purpose, your direction. Now, normally, it's going to happen, but notice on the other end of this equation, we have your ruler Venus, which is coming into an alignment with Jupiter and Mars and also opposing Saturn here. So we're looking at a very tricky dynamics going on here. This is a giant T-square that's developing here. And this is a lot of pressure. This is a lot of, confusion. This could be some sort of change that needs to take place. There's a strong energy here, especially when you look at the transiting moon in Sagittarius at 15 degrees, which is creating this giant grand cross, which is a heavy burden to bear, a lot of responsibility, a lot of stuff going on, and you're not quite sure what the hell is happening, and what you're supposed to do about it, and so you may be questioning all of that. Now, these alignments with these outer planets are going to tighten up even more when we go into the 19th. But before then, we have the Mercury retrograding back into Leo. So here's Mercury going back into Leo, and now you're questioning everything, and you're questioning your friendships, your organization, the community you might find yourself involved. It's a very creative time, but because Mercury's going backwards now, something from the past may resurface. This could be with a friend, an acquaintance, an organization, a charity, something that you've done from the past may resurface once again regarding your public persona. And so this is what I'm seeing here. So there's a tremendous amount of energy building here from the 14th on. And this is why the full moon is going to be in Aquarius on the 19th. But there's a lot of alignments on the 19th. So we'll first have the full moon at 27 degrees of Aquarius. So wherever that is in your actual birth chart, it's going to light up that area. Then we have the moon and the sun opposing each other at 27 degrees. Then we have the Uranus here at 27 degrees. So now we have a lot of pressure being put upon you, having to do with a community or a foundation or a group versus some new creative project, maybe within the home, because the full moon always brings something to light, but it's the moon. We also have it in the 8th house, so there's a psychological component to this. There might be a financial component to this decision or whatever you have going on, having to do with money matters, having to do with stress, like, oh my God, this project is more than I've taken on, this is costing me more money than I expected. Whatever it is, it's being amped up even more. And so there's a lot of stress here. It could involve your children, 5th house, could involve a friend or an organization, could involve something to do with investments too. Okay, it's in the 8th house, but it's all full of surprises because Uranus is in the mix. So we're creating one giant T-square right here, which is causing stress, but there's more. Not only do we have the full moon activated and the T-square activated, we also have your ruler Venus squaring Jupiter. There's Venus, 17 degrees. There's Jupiter, 17 degrees. So there's a lot of stress involving moving forward with plans. Or you have all these ideas and, it's not coming to pass. And then Jupiter will also be squaring Saturn at 17 degrees and making a connection. So now we have a second T-square on top of the other T-square that's already active. So as you can see here, there is a tremendous amount of energy and pressure here to get something accomplished, dealing with partnerships or relationships of some kind, trying to perfect everything, going through a metamorphosis of some monumental levels here. And so, like I said, it could involve a community, it could involve a friendship, it could involve financial matters, it could involve direction, moving in a new direction, a new belief system. And we'll have to see how it plays itself out, but there's tremendous amounts of energy coming in on the 19th. So I would say from the 14th on, the energy is off the charts, off the rails. Now, this could motivate you, or this could force you to go through a transformation that you're a little uncomfortable with. And that's how these energies work. So it's really up to you. Now, on the 22nd and 23rd, everything starts to change because the sun now leaves Leo and goes into Virgo. And Virgo is all about analyzing. Virgo is all about perfecting. Virgo is all about health. And so once it enters Virgo in the 12th house, you're either calming down, you're taking a step back, you're trying to relax from all this chaotic energy, and maybe you're needing to meditate, maybe you're needing to spend some time by yourself, maybe you're needing to, reevaluate things. And as you can see here, as soon as it enters at 0 degrees, it will be making an inconjunct to Pluto at 0 degrees. So something new has changed in your life after this. You're looking at the world from a different perspective, your surroundings, the people in your life. So something is subtly changing in your world as the sun makes its way through Virgo. All right. Now, towards the end of the month, of course, we have Mercury coming out of retrograde, which is great. Here it is in stationary position. And so this will start bringing in some clarity, start bringing out, more and more of what you need to focus on, and, creative projects and whatever came up from the past, you're having to deal with it and take care of it, and then, needing to move on from it. Okay, so this is bringing in more clarity. And fortunately, at the end of the month, we also have your ruler Venus going into Libra, your sign, first house of identity and self, being seen and heard. This is all on the table here. And so you may find yourself now interacting with new people or resolving any issues you might have had, the first half of the month going into that full moon. And so you're back to, you're focusing on physical well-being, your appearance, and being more amicable to others. Okay, so this is the dynamics that we have this month. As you can see, those two giant T-squares plus the full moon, tremendous amount of energy coming in, which will help to transform some sort of situation in your own personal life. Okay, so if you like this video and you want to learn more about astrology, stay tuned for this little presentation I have at the end of this video. And it's all about my inner circle community. And, do the best you can this month. And I will see you guys soon. Talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hi. Thank you so much for watching my monthly astrology. I really appreciate your support over the years. Have you ever considered learning astrology? Well, you're in luck, because I've created a full online astrology course in my private community. It's a full 6-module course that takes you from the beginning of astrology, what it all means, the mythologies, the houses, all the way to the more advanced techniques such as progressions, solar returns, how to read transits, how to make predictions. It's all there in this course here. And I even dive into some of the mysterious stuff, what some of the symbolism is all about. So I think you might want to check it out if you're interested. Along with the course, we have a very tight-knit community here where everyone helps each other out. And so if someone knows a lot about astrology, they help other people with astrology. So it's a community that really gets involved and, really wants to learn and help each other out. But as you can see here, I have a whole lot more on this private community. I also have the Inner Circle live calls each week. Now, this is something that I do twice a month on YouTube, but here I do them on a weekly basis. And I talk about various topics. You get to ask me questions, we interact, and we learn a whole lot more than just astrology. So this could be anything from astrology to what's going on in the world, predictions, politics, whatever it is. We talk about it in the Inner Circle calls. Of course, I do have videos here that I do not have on YouTube, so you get those too. And then I've got a private resource vault, which has videos that I suggest watching, books suggested reading, meditations, and more. So if you're interested in learning astrology or want to be part of a great community that's really growing fast, head on over to the link down below and click on the link and join today. All right? Thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.